Okay there, howdy howdy, hello there. Hi, long time no see. It's been like, what, 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks even. I was away, as you might know, during campaign, which is not normal. This is not usual. The campaign was for the Battleground. And I just came back 2 weeks ago, but for the last 3 weeks we have been in a moving state. This means we were moving manufacturing from and offices from where we are located now to the new building. So as you can tell, I don't even have time for haircut. I'll get myself sorted out for the next summer, and maybe some shaving as well. So how you doing? I hope you're doing great. Where are we going to start? I'm going to start with maybe just 5-second silence. Asmodee and Atomic Mass Games just announced the end of X-Wing. Oh well. That's my rant. I know that's gonna happen. The full story is always the same. If you wanna be serious about the miniatures games, do your damn manufacturing your own. Don't be trading company, and every single trading company which try to make a war games, they always at some point just shut the project because it doesn't add up for them. And I'm not surprised. I'm totally not surprised they did that. I'm really angry because X-Wing was a great game, in my opinion. But at some point when they start not making much money, they decided to actually kill it completely. So again, you want to make war games? First, start with manufacturing, in-house manufacturing, and then move to the to more trading. So yeah, that's it. That's that. We do have lots of things to talk about today. I was at the licensing trade show in Vegas. Great trade show. I wasn't expecting to have that much great feedback to come back with. Lots of things are moving ahead what we had planned for next year's, so that's great. Yeah, I won't be saying much about the licensing, by the way, because obviously I don't want to spill the beans, and we want to keep it for my team to announce it whenever we're ready, or when we're ready, basically, to announce those new projects. But there is the list is quite long, and I think we have to start working on 2026 list now. But I want to push on more internal projects. I want to have more non-IP projects as well. So that's that. Okay, some questions. Can you give me info on when the expansions will be available for purchase? I have a few slides to show you. I'm gonna get there with the slides. Yeah. The other question is, I missed the campaign because didn't think you could word-wise ship. Okay. Yeah, that is combined with what I have in my slides, and I will answer your question as well just in a sec. Just stay tuned. Great to see you back, Jarek. Thank you. Can we still hope for a small sci-fi DNL Kickstarter with a Prismacast updated for the classic sets? Yes, you might. I'm going to be at PyrCon. I'm going to be at PyrCon tomorrow as a casual. My team is there. Only because I do have work on tomorrow, and so the PyrCon starts tomorrow, right? So I have to do a lot of work tomorrow and then Sunday. So I got only Saturday a few hours just to take train to PyrCon. If you see me at our booth, just combine and say hello. We can have a chit chat. No problem whatsoever. But I'm not gonna be for entire trade show because it's too much work, really too much work. Busy and looking good, thank you. I'm busy, definitely. Not looking that good today. Look at even just casual t-shirt with gorillas. Okay. Right. I'll show you models, miniatures, and some arts we have done so far for the project. So that's that. Oh, you may have some new Prismacast samples for us today. No, unfortunately not, because as I mentioned, it's like half of the manufacturing in the factory is on the other side, the other half is here. It's been hectic. We stopped machines for about 3 weeks now, and we're just getting restarted to all the machines. So even if I wanted to do it, everything was in the boxes and literally wasn't the best time. And I think this will affect the date we're going to start the what's the name? The pledge manager for caves. We're probably gonna have to shift it because I want to have everything there. I want to have all the pre-painted sets and samples to show you what exactly you're gonna get it. And at the moment, we just lost about a couple of days. Yeah. Oh yes, I do have a Master of Orion. A big kind of update, and at least to show you what we have done for the last month or so. Any news on the big IP we have been chatting about? Kind of. It's getting there, but extremely slowly as always. As for the last couple of years, anyway. Same story. No, not yet. We have not decided the final color schemes. I know Vivian was working on that one, but as I mentioned, it's just we are all over the place at the moment with move. So we didn't have the time to go in a machine even. So only the mass production was done for the legacy sets. We still have to do them anyway, so we didn't have the time to do anything, and everything was in the boxes packed. So yeah, but once we finish moving, this Friday, tomorrow should be end of move, and the remaining crew will be moved on Monday from the office. And production wise, we have to split, divide and conquer. So some of the team is going to stay here in the warehouse because we need much more space that we have now in a new building, which means we have to kind of be in both places at the same time. So, but that's that. Yes, Andrei, what we want to do and what my team is being tasked now is to give you at least 3 years of live services. Live services is extremely important to me and to this company, I believe, and especially to heroes, and we want to provide as much as possible live service content. By live service content, I mean like additional missions, PDF documents, additional set of rules, mechanics, and so on, which allow you to play differently every time you jump on a game and or test things. So that's the live service, and it will be connected kind of with the tournaments we're going to have. So the dream will be like if we're going to make more tournaments, and one of them is actually happening now, tomorrow and after tomorrow, on Saturday, sorry, on at PyRCon, connected that kind of live service with tournaments, which we will just testing and playtesting not playtesting, but we'll playtest the new set of rules, and that set of rules will be available just for the tournament, and then available as a PDF as a part of the live service. I will do that tour. I know my phone the camera phone is iPhone. I know that phone, it's streaming everything like a video. I'll see how to do it, and I will do the tour. Although the walls are not yet ready, so I mean the walls are ready, like fully done. But we want to have quite a lot of arts on there, like the arts from our games. We haven't put them up there yet, so the kind of blank walls, like a white walls everywhere, look like in a bloody what's the name? In a hospital, very clean, too clean even. They're like for the factory. So, but I will do the tour. Yep. I agree on that one. So that's the idea. Hey folks, finally I was able to join one of the fine AMAs. Thank you. Was busy, had to move into bigger place. Same story here. We have to move to the bigger place. Although now it's too small. Tyler, it's a good question. Um, I'm going to have a chat next week with Steamforge Games. Yeah. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no to this question. But if we're going to do it, it needs to be a bigger partnership. I don't want to do just manufacturing because I know the bit about the War Machine is that if they want to do it seriously, if they're serious about this game, if they're serious about relaunching the game, they cannot go with type of resin like they just did online, or maybe let's make one set of plastic and see how it goes, and maybe we're gonna add more plastic later in the future. It's not the proper way to releasing this this game. It's a shame we didn't get it. I was a little bit pissed off with Matt because we've been on mailing for about a year and a half, and he never mentioned that this kind of IP will be kind of available, like just to buy it and take it. But I got something to propose. I mean, we have some discussion with Steamforge Games. We'll see how it goes. If we're going to find full kind of align our ideas and such, it would be then a huge restart for War Machine, because we will be fully fully committed to provide them with shit tons of tools and models and miniatures. So you wouldn't see anything like you have now with resin or whatever. You would see everything in plastic, and at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 releases every month or every odd month, which this game needed to actually exist. In the current format, I don't think so. Not resin, that's for sure, not resin, because resin manufacturing's got its own limitation and capacity. I know we run resin for almost 4 or 5 years here, so you're gonna hit the roof with it. So it needs plastic, and a big time plastic, really big time plastic. So yeah, I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. We'll see how we're gonna go about it and what they think about the idea. But it needs to be joint venture. Either joint venture or nothing. I just want to do like one tool or second, or one tool or 2 tools a year for the War Machine, because it will just break my heart. It's gonna break my heart. I really love War Machine. War Machine was one of the better wargaming, and for me, at least for me, which I enjoyed very, very. So yeah, doing the way they propose is gonna only break my heart. So I'm not gonna be doing a small production. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, should we move to slides, right? I believe. Fields of Eternia will be in the US, not distribution. It will be available at our store and also Amazon store. I don't have ATA. In fact, I was actually sending email today to USA team asking questions to give me some update on where we are with the store. The promise was the store meant to be launched 2 weeks ago and hasn't started yet, so I need to have some answers what's going on. Yes, the short answer to your question, which is we'll be able to buy previous expansions when the new factions comes out. Yes, definitely yes. Yeah, that's true. Same here. Okay. Let's do some pictures. Let's do some stuff. Let me show you some stuff, because what we're gonna talk about today, heroes. We're gonna start with heroes. Actually, I think not. I think we're going to start with Master of Orion, and then we're gonna move to heroes. I just want to bring up the in the presentation the Master of Orion a little bit to the top, because it deserved, and what the team did here, it's just something really amazing anyway. But quality of arts and quality of this game will be out of the roof. Okay, then we can talk about the Battleground, a little bit of game found and search, and then we can talk about the caves update. I do have also caves update for you. So, quick questions from Discord. How hard will it be to mix hand-painted things with Prismacast? I've been thinking about that question. So, really, you can do kind of reverse engineering. What does it mean? It's like just paint it over and then use some washes on top of it, and then use the same washes on the Prismacast elements, just to kind of blend it and, you know, have very similar tone of the of the color. So that should kind of work. But if you really wanna like do it exactly, well, I think you will need a little bit more, well, extremely good skill, in my opinion, to do that. So because the quality of that is slightly different than painting quality, right? So will deep caves have the crystal translucent option? This has not yet been decided. I did mention about potentially moving or shifting pledge manager because the move of the factory was taking too long. So we still have time to decide it. I would like to go for the crystal one because there's lots of people asking for it, but it's really depending on the team and if we have a kind of capacity on the manufacturing for that. Caves, so nice to read the mushrooms update on the arch are so nice. Could you do the same, or at least 2 of the demonic half arch too? I think we did. I think we have some little bit space on a tool, which I have just by the end of the presentation. I'll show you what exactly we have and what we put on the tooling. Yeah, we're gonna add in more stuff there. Yeah. Question, you say that each faction was designed to have several opening playstyles. When suggest to make article guides on those opening playstyles, you said we are up for that. So what's the ETA? ETA. This will be combined with the live service. This will be combined with the live service, and the live service is going to start once we shipped everything out to the people and once we finish work on the expansions. Because team is extremely busy now with playtesting, designing, and finishing basically touches on the expansions. So I don't want to, you know, take them away from that. They need to finish that first, and then we can go back to blog post and live services, because it's a part of the blog post to provide that with the live service we have in mind. DNL, when do you think we will be able to show color schemes? I don't know. Once we will work actively next couple of weeks on that one, just to try to fit before the pledge manager. And yes, Legacy says that will make the pledge manager. Again, we still got a little bit time to pledge manager, and we might be shifting the pledge manager just to make sure that we have a fully color scheme that you can choose and pick from, and then show you everything else, which is additional bits and bobs which we added to the pledge manager. So, general question regarding home projects: are you bound to home free aesthetics only, or can you ditch into other parts of the franchise as well? Actually, the board game itself is called Heroes Might and Magic 3. So what it means that we do have license for entire Heroes of Might and Magic. The miniatures games actually is not connected, not really bonded to any type of franchise. In fact, it's kind of fully refreshed franchise, like the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise itself. So we're not. And as somebody actually mentioned, so hopes for the Home 5 miniatures in the future are not completely. Yeah, you will find them for sure. You will find those miniatures in the well, you'll find the miniatures based on the Home 5 creatures in the wargaming. That's for sure. I mean, it's so clean, and especially 7th, 8th, and 9th, 6th and 7th heroes. They have extremely good concepts for the minis. So yeah. Not to be, do you plan to expand the tournament scene? Will you balance the tournament rules? Yeah. Team is fully open for the tournaments. If somebody wants to run the tournaments, then you know, just send us an email and we work as we work. So actually we started this one last year, and we just started slowly with just one country. Now we're in 3 countries, and we plan to do more countries, especially USA now. USA and then UK, because UK will be the second biggest market, I believe, for this product, for this game. The team went to the team that was at the UK Game Expo. They actually sold out of Moto B, so that's good stuff though. A lot of people actually enjoy the game, and then the game is actually getting more and more traction nowadays, so this is also good news. Will you balance the tournament rules? Always. If you have some problems with the balance, just send us an email, and you think should something be balanced, yep, the team will do that. So far, which is absolutely crazy, so far we are in the wave 7, will be 8 now, and we didn't have to balance much, almost nothing. So the team is doing quite well, and this is part of the thing which I'm going to mention just in a second when we go to the slides of the on the game found slides. Will you be able to swap the core for the additional teams? We'll be able to buy additional stretch goals. Yes, we will have additional stretch goals. The first part of this question, I don't know. For the next live stream, can you please do a high quality video or photo comparison of the Dwarven Mines Tail pre-painted and the ones in the campaign and the pledge manager? I like the results overall, but the colors are not as vibrant as the retail sets as they look on pictures. A comparison will be good. Okay, fine, we'll do that. We'll do that for the next stream. Right. Let me just check from some questions. The last info I had it was that everything is being shipped out from our place, especially for the Ukraine. We found a partner who's gonna be actually distributing the games in the Ukraine as well, and they committed to actually ship it out. But if you go to the last update on Heroes, you should have that information there. But it's happening. It's happening. Finally, we have a way of doing that. Yes, this will be yes. I would say yes. Now, how the book will be updated, and the way only we found, I mean, what the only idea I had it in my mind to actually do that is to create additional section on front of the rulebook, which will be basically learn as you play, which means we'll take you through the rules step by step, and then you will get a bunch of the rules as it is on the book now. Because what we found is there's no problem with the playing the game. There's no problem with that. But there's a problem with I need to read the entire book to actually play the game, and then once I finish actually reading, I don't remember what was on the beginning. So kind of that was something we missed, oversight. But from now on, every single rule book, every single book for our games will include that. So you will have this tutorial at the beginning of the book, which then takes you through the rules, and then you will read the rules again, but in a short, the compact format, just to, make sure you remember them. That's the idea. Some things about the retail, I need to share that with you. I need to share it with you. So the Pathfinder, the Abomination Vaults are pre-painted ones, so that's Prismacast going to stores. And you will also have them available to buy them. You'll be able to buy them in the Pledge Manager. So we will have them in the Pledge Manager as well. Dungeons Lasers, what we did for the miniatures, which is at least 99 miniatures models, those core set, you will find them in the stores now as well. And then we also have 16 models for a slightly larger model sets. And the Flying Pirate Ship is also going to retail. Then we have Wolf Drake, and then those Bestiary and those RPG campaign. All of that is the second quarter of 2024 releases. We wanted to do more, but because we have moved the factory, it was just impossible to add more stuff in there. So yeah, that's that. Master of Orion. Master of Orion is my baby. It's the game I always wanted to make. And yeah, here we are. So I just wanted to show you a bunch of arts which team is actually making. I think Martin made majority of the arts. So that's that. Then we have more arts. I mean, this game is so packed with the amount of arts we need to do, especially for, you know, for the cards and so on, so on. It's crazy. Right, so here you have like spies. So I'm showing this one so you will know exactly what is in the game. Yes, you will have also, you're going to have also spies in the game. So the spy mechanic will be in the game, but that's not all, because you're also going to find diplomacy. So diplomacy mechanic will also be in the game. So that's kind of interesting, no? Anyway, we did a lot. This is not all of them. There's more being, you know, going through the approval. And I really hope you like what you see. And this is like a snapshot to show you. I hope you see that one. But this is just a small bunch of cards, different technology cards you will find in the game itself. So at least it's extremely long. I mean, they told me that the box will be like, you know, 10 kilograms heavy. So now we have to start thinking about reducing some of those things because it's a little bit too much. But it's really shaping up. The game is shaping up. I know there's been so many changes that I lost track in now. I need to play the game. I mean, I told my team that I want to play the game once we move to the new place. I want to feel it again, how it goes, and then yeah, just to see where we are with it. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be one of the best, well, the best game we have made here internally. Just because of we gain, you know, all that experience we gain on Heroes, it will be there. So stay tuned on that one, because I believe that is going to be a huge hit, especially in retail, and especially it will be easy. You know, this game will compete with the big boys, but it's much better than the big boys. And you know those comments, the usual suspects of the 4X games, board games, right? So that is that. Heroes. So we're going to start with Stronghold. We just got approval for the miniatures, so I want to show you the miniatures first. We're going to start with miniatures and then have some additional things. The Behemoth, that's miniature number 1. I don't know if you've actually seen it. Maybe somebody posted somewhere, but yeah. Then we have the Orc. You've seen the art, because we had like made arts for that some time ago. And then we have the Hobgoblin. And then I can show you the Hero Barbarian. Hope you can see them, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's the Stronghold miniatures. Not all of them. Not all of them. But at least this is what we made thus far. Then we have a Conflux. Phoenix. Hope you have seen it or not, but that's the Phoenix. So here we had some designing choices, let's say. Whether we're gonna do like a flaming wings, or we're gonna do more normal wings and with the flames. We decided to go with the flames, additional flames on the wings on the Phoenix itself, because when we did the flaming one, wasn't looking very good, and I think in general would not look in the miniatures form, right? Elemental, energy elemental. Then we have a sprite. Light art miniature, really. With some quality, some really good quality there. And then Planeswalker. That's it. That's that for the miniatures. And then we have a Cove. Right? This one you haven't seen it, I think. Sea Dog. There's a few miniatures missing, right? We haven't done them yet, so stay tuned on those things. And then Hero Captain. That's that. So this is what we have done so far, and this is what we've just been approved. So I'm happy to share with you these things. Let me check the questions. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you for that. By the way, what you see here, they're not in scale. I think Haspit is much bigger than you can see it, because that base is meant to be like 50 millimeter base, so it's going to be much bigger than these models. But yeah, that's what it is. Will there be a small box with... That's what I'm leaning to. That's what I want. Is it feasible? We will see. I hope, because otherwise if you get like big box, my expectation would be to have also small big box for the other stuff. I want to, have this one to look nice on my what's the name, on my shelf. Right, what's there more? So here we have a downvote. So we work on those things, and also we have a sample of tiles, just to show you some things you might recognize. I do have much more tiles. Almost we have entire set. So I'm not gonna be able to. I didn't want to show you everything. I just want to keep some stuff for the next AMA. So I'm gonna feed you a little bit through the small syringe. But that's the idea, right? Paints of War. Jarek, are you coming to Percon this weekend by any chance? I will be there on Saturday only, arriving at midday, 12 o'clock, between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And I think we're gonna stay there with the family. We're gonna stay there for like several hours. But I'm gonna be at our stand as well. So if you wanna schedule a meeting, if you wanna just come by, let me know what time you're gonna be there on the stand. I will try to be there as well. The idea was to go and see, because last year I was there just to participate in the different events, like but this year there was not much, so, and not many big names to talk with. And last year I was there just to have a chat with Jervis Johnson, and we managed to stroke the deal with him, and he's working actually on the Heroes Battles. It's a big name. He used to work in Games Workshop for 35 years and still enjoying doing the rules and still enjoying doing the war games. So yeah, that's that. But I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there just for one day, and just for one day because normally 2 years ago I was there like full entire show. But the problem we have at the moment is that we moving factory, so I've got loads of work on Saturday, Sunday. In the company, I got many hats. Well, my hat is IT hat. So, and this weekend is my IT hat because I need to fix the network in a new place. I need to fix PCs and many things. And we employ 80 people, by the way. So this is how bad it is. Anyway, oh yeah, that's it. If you ask me questions about where to get it or how to get it, where I can buy it, what's going on with it, stay tuned. 18th of June, you will find out more. Yes, you will find out more on 18th of June, which is next week. So you will have all the information about how we're going to do it, where we're going to do it, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, I promise not to say it loud. I can write it up. No. Yeah. So that's it, and you will find out more next week on 18th of June. But what do you make? By the way, there's a couple things I can say. What do you expect? What you might expect with expansions? One, it's the thing I mentioned about the rules. I want a core rules to have this additional content, which is called like a tutorial game when you learn as you play. That's one thing. Second thing, there's some spell cards which everybody keeps asking for. I think we should have to we should have the ways of introducing them and adding them. I think you know which cards I'm talking about. That's two. The game does not require any balancing at the moment. We'll see how this one goes. Yeah. 18th of June Kickstarter. No, that's for sure not. This is no. We still have like, we have second wave shipping and things like that. You may expect it anything for Heroes 3, like really like from us, like selling anything will be after we shipped everything. So the second wave, which is actually on the boat now, I believe should be on the boat now. It is on the boat now. It's the one which needs to be delivered first. That's it. And once we have that one, we will get the ball rolling. But if you might expect something within next 3 months, I would say, or 4 months. This is the fastest we can do. In terms of selling the expansions, right? So that's about it. There's no way we can do it quicker because it still needs a lot of playtesting and still needs a lot of work. And as you can see, I've only been showing you bits and bobs. So we have some of the miniatures, we have some of the graphics, we have some of the tiles, we have some of the heroes, but not everything. Not everything for all the 3 expansions. And working on those 3 expansions is quite a lot of work. Okay, so stay tuned till 18th of June next week, and you will find out more. I've got one more slide. Oh, by the way, at the moment, just for the Polish fans and just for the in Polish language, we did this a digital kind of campaign walkthrough. There's one more campaign which is going to be available tomorrow, and if you go to our YouTube channel, Archon Studio, and the quality is amazing, though it's really amazing quality. This is for well, we made this one for you. It doesn't have no kind of any other value except like we wanted to say thank you to you for your support. So as a reward, as a thank you, we just created those campaigns with the real actors, and it's been read out by the real actors, and you can play the game just following this, so following the campaign, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm really happy with this one. I mean, the quality there it's great. And yeah, we have 2, 3, third one is coming up literally tomorrow on our channel. So subscribe to the channel, by the way. Will you do English as well? Ideally, yes. I would like to make English as well. However, this is planned for next year. For next year. It is a lot of work to get to that stage, by the way. So a lot. We need to find the actors, we need to find people who are going to be reading out, and then create all everything. And it's made internally, so it's actually made by our team, except the actors, obviously. That was made by the studio, so the voiceover was made by the studio, but everything like animation and text and everything else is done internally, so it takes time. Thank you for your work and for the great campaign on home. Thank you very much for your support. Is any change to buy older expansions sooner than 3-4 months? No, unfortunately no. If we're going to lease, we're going to lease everything on one go. It's good to know, Sax, the original ones won't have it. You mean the rules? I mean, we always have we make the rules and everything, like rule books, available for free on our page as well as a PDF. So you will have access to this one. So if you have tablet or whatever, you can download it on as a PDF and play with it. So no problem. Don't worry about that, those things. In terms of additional cards and stuff like that, you will find a way of actually getting there. So probably with the expansions, so those expansions you have just seen it, the probably cards gonna be in those expansions. Yeah. Don't forget. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Subscribe, and you have some news. You don't have to watch the my face and my boring voice, but we're gonna be posting a lot here, and maybe the live support should be also through the YouTube. Yeah. And there is also that. month, right? So I promise Chris from Modifius that I will mention this as well. So Heroes of Might and Magic, the tabletop role-playing game. It's really good stuff because we are extremely happy that there is something else happening with the IP. There's a buzz on the IP. So, and believe me or not, there is more things behind the scenes which I'm unable to mention because NDA. But this is now becoming really like it is on a Ubisoft spotlight now as the IP that is important. Simple as that. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm looking forward for that role-playing game. And as you know, we work on the Wargaming game, which is gonna be released next year. So that's additional content for the IP. And there's a few more projects behind the scene. And some of them very surprising, by the way. So yeah. So stay tuned for them for the next couple of years of Heroes of Might and Magic. Battleground. So big thank you to all the Battleground supporters. We did more than we expected to make with this project, so this is actually great. I'm very happy about it. I remember when we pitched this license for the first time, so many people from industry, and especially in Poland, they were saying, oh, you know, this IP is completely dead in the water. You're not gonna get out of, you know, nothing from this IP, blah, 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 blah. And especially, you know, Simon's got the other part and blah, 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 blah. I don't believe in that. I don't believe the IP is dead. I do believe that you have to find the right audience for it, right? So, and I think we did that with, you know, we've sold a lot of starter boxes in Europe, So that equates to almost 20,000 players. For the Wargaming skirmish game, and for this, it's actually great. And this keeps going and keeps increasing. It's great. Now it's time for the UK to get with the numbers like in Germany or in Spain, and then it will be time for the USA as well. So that's great. So thank you for that one. And we finally got additional factions out. Yeah. Now, a couple things, because I was away, by the way. So when the campaign was running, I was away. I was in States, so now States just became my second love, by the way. I mean, I don't know, it's great country, really great country, beautiful. But anyway, I'm shifting. So I was away. I wasn't following that much campaign. I think there was the first campaign which I wasn't following that much, because I was like, you know, the time difference was about 9, 8, 10 hours. I had a very bad jet lag, absolutely bad jet lag. We were waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know, never mind, it was crazy. But it's a great stuff for my team because they run the campaign. I've seen some comments, by the way. I know they were reporting that we haven't been adding too many models and miniatures. People were expecting much more models and miniatures. We added like 2 factions, by the way. And this game is not about the miniatures. It never was, and probably never will be, because every single miniature needs to be balanced. This game is really about, one, a competitive play, and also fun play. And if the game is out of balance, it won't be fun in neither option, right? So we decided that if even that amount of models, even 2 factions, is quite a lot of work on our team to balance this one out for you. And if we added, like, you know, 20 more models or 30 more models, it would be disaster. This game will be dead, absolutely dead, because we wouldn't be able to make this one balanced enough for you to enjoy the game. And we will just release everything, and then we will spend another 2 years of actually rebalancing the game back to where it is at the moment. So that was the kind of the idea on our part, that look, let's do the campaign, let's do a release for the United States, because that's what the idea was, and let's stay low in terms of miniatures count. Let's focus on the cards, let's focus on those things, because they're much easier to balance than actually the miniatures itself or models itself. It's, you know, taking a lot of work, because you need to make sure that, you know, there's so many miniatures at the moment that you need to make sure that every single miniature doesn't clash in terms of rules, or doesn't collide and stuff like that. So really a lot of work, even with 2 factions or 3 factions, right? So that was, and thank you very much for this campaign. It was a great campaign in my opinion. The team managed to deliver, and which is great. I'm very happy about it. By the way, if you go to GameFound page for the Battleground, please just fill out the survey. It's very important for us to collect data. We always collect data and analyze that data for the future projects, especially on that one. So please do so. Now caves. So when I was away, the team did a lot of stuff for caves. So we have the gates. So you did mention about the gates. So we have the gates. I need to check how many of those pieces we can we added to the tooling. But we have some traps, additional traps. That's the gating system. So we've got large gates and small gates, and then we have like this chaos steel demonic gates as well, which were just scoped and also going into the tooling, right? And then additional set of traps, more traps. That bit, by the way, it's quite interesting because this is part of this set. So it's the top platform, and as you can see, some bits and bobs were not scoped yet because we need to first engineer them correctly with all the pins and so on. So this one is 1 or 2. It goes on the side, and then you can put different levels of the platform. So might go up, might go down a little bit. Yeah, so that's that there. So for the tooling, we only designed CAD/CAM because Office was was running, but CNC machines itself and injection machines were on stop for 3 weeks. We lost a lot of time. A lot of tooling could be done that time, but we had no options. We needed to move machines and we needed to stop them. So we only designed the tools, and within the next couple of weeks you will be able to see a physical sprue. So that sprue is for the stretch goals number 4 sprue, and it's actually the dwarf team. So that's that. So you can see there's a bits and bobs additional pieces, so which we added in because we still had a room for. Why not? We will add more. You're gonna get more and more and more. Yeah, and this is another tool. This is for sets of traps and for the sets of gates. You've seen those gates on the other update or previous update. So we still added more stuff for the tool to the tooling. So this is also the one of the tools which is gonna be scoped next. Sorry, not scoped. Yeah, cut on CNC. Okay, check some questions. If you can't make more game characters, then you should do variants of the current characters. Like what about Swimming Suit Skeleton? We see the problem with designing a different variants of the characters is the same as designing new character. You have to go for the rules, and the character rules are extremely complex because you have to think about this. If you design the character with like 4 or 5 different unique rules, how are they going to combine with other miniatures? How are they going to be, with the, weapons, cards, and stuff like that? It's extremely complex at this level, and we don't want to break the game because it will end up us fixing the game for months, and I want to really avoid that one. So sometimes, in some cases, making less is better than making, big quantities of minis, because why not? Right? This is extremely not complex game. It's very easy game, but the complexity of this game complexity of building your characters goes up constantly with the more and more characters, right? So we just might have to make sure that we're not gonna break anything, and not gonna make the game which nobody wants to actually play it because just, oh Jesus, there's so much stuff to do there, and so on. Yeah. Do you have any knowledge or thoughts about the Monolith getting the confrontation license? it's funny stuff because the day before, one day before the Mythic Monolith announced the Confrontation license, we had an email from the Confrontation company about trying to sell that license. So I don't know what happened there, but in general, they only got for the miniatures. It's very, very difficult IP, because part of this IP belongs for the video, for the video games, for anything else than the miniatures belongs to other company, and they only got it for the minis and maybe RPG. I'm not quite, yes, for the RPG and the miniatures license, and you know, the other bit of the license is somewhere else. If I was approached with this deal, I wouldn't take it. The simple fact is, if you go for the license, you need everything, like everything, because just imagine now they're gonna build the Confrontation, and if we just go great and so on, some other company will benefit out of it, and some other company will make the video game out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. So that's one thing. The other thing, Monolith doesn't have a manufacturing, so sorry, but it's gonna be one flop. I'm totally honest with you guys. I've seen so many flops in recently, and the trading companies should focus on trading. Just make board games, make them in China, sell them. This is what you're good at. You start touching wargaming, you're not gonna make it, because trading company does not understand the concept of losing money on wargame at all. Sorry, losing money on product. And that's the biggest problem with any type of trading company which is not manufacturing company at the same time. We, as a manufacturing company, I understand that some of the tools we're gonna lose money because we make some other tools, and on some other tools we will make money. That's simple. It's at the end of the day, it's all about the balance. Now, the trading company won't focus on those things. Trading company will only focus on the low-hanging fruits. So let's make only the tools which only going to make money, because we have to feed the beast. We have to make another tool somewhere abroad with some other company. And that's the biggest problem with everybody who is trying to go into wargaming. You don't have a manufacturing, do something else. Just focus on the bloody trading. Just, you know, buy and sell products. You have Confrontation IP, great. Just make a board game. Don't even go into wargaming, because you want to make it. If you're gonna go for racing miniatures, it's not gonna work, because at some point you're gonna hit the ceiling with the capacity. You won't be able to fill the market with that, and you kill the game instantly. If you want to go for plastic injection, okay, fine. You have like $3-4 million to actually start this Confrontation, like, you know, like today and tomorrow for the next year or so. I don't think they have that much money to actually do that, because it requires that much money. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just about the also license. How you're going to, what's your strategy for the license? If I was going, and we were trying to fish a few licenses in the last couple of years, and not luck, like fish, like buy. One of them was Warzone, Mutant Chronicles Warzone. They said no, they're not selling license, but that's one of the licenses we wanted to buy. But if you buy the license, you need to have everything, absolutely everything, because the license requires everything. It requires books, it requires comic books, it requires novels, it requires, you know, miniatures, obviously, war games, obviously, RPG systems, obviously, TV shows, like, you know, animation shows, short animations, whatever. It requires absolutely everything, because that's only one way to funnel fans into the main one, which is the war game, right? So our experience with wargame, when we had a licensed IP wargame, was really bad back then, really bad, because there was only us trying to do something with it, and the licensor was saying, yeah, you know, we have those great plans for this IP, just keep going, keep pumping money into it. We will do something later, and then, you know, you will see the payback. And that never happened, because the licensor didn't care about the IP itself. So yeah, that's what it is. There's this sentence that people who people probably know, you probably know that, but people who think seriously about the software should make their own hardware, and was said by one of the Apple engineers. I got the same one, you know, people who think seriously about the tabletop games should make their own miniatures, you know. And I keep saying this one to our partners, to the companies we make miniatures to. At some point, they should be making their own manufacturing, because without this, it's never gonna work, you know. I mean, we're able to deliver them on time, but imagine now you want to make a set of tools in China, right? So starting today, let's say today, they're gonna give you lead time of 3 to 4 months to make the product for you. You have to pay for that one upfront. You have to pay for all designs, engineering, everything upfront. Then before they send you any product, you have to pay entire money for that, and then an additional months you have to wait for the stock to arrive. And that's the reason why even Asmodee is unable to do a great with a miniatures games, right? How many miniatures games they killed, Asmodee? I know at least 3 4, because it's always the same repeating story. And you know what they do? They just go in for another IP or another release. Now they're gonna kill Legion. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna kill Legion. Although I've seen some releases today, but they were just like, really, they use miniatures from Shatterpoint and brought them back into Legion now as a characters, heroes, and 1 or 2 sets of additional models. I mean, come on, it's clear. It's literally clear that next one in line is to kill is the Legion, because they are trading company. That's what it is. The balance sheet doesn't work for them. So yeah, that's my take on it. It's a shame. It's a shame. So my take on confrontation is it's gonna end up the way like any other game, because they will have to pump in shit. You know, added a lot of money into this IP to actually get it. The other point of the confrontation is basically there's that Kickstarter, right, where the guys run away with the money from the Kickstarter. I know there was a big case because apparently ended up in a court. So something which yeah, was surprising. So it's got some bad taste, if you know what I mean. The confrontation. I don't know if people are gonna be trusting again in, you know, Monolith doing great, but I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. Yeah, so I've got that small picture to show you. I'm gonna be talking about this one in the future a little bit more, but yeah, something new on the horizon, something we're trying to create in the Deus Lair universe. And if you remember, I promised that at some point we're gonna be doing Deus Lair skirmish game or war game, and that's the kind of sneaky peek of what you might expect. Okay, it's been 1 hour. I'm going to finish. If you have some more questions, please drop them and I'll be happy to answer them. If not, I'm gonna be wrapping up, and we're gonna be seeing each other in new place, by the way, so new background, in a couple of weeks time. Right, I see no questions, so thank you for the thank you for tuning. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in, as I said, in a couple of weeks time. Bye bye. Any updates on Deus Lair? You mentioned adding the dragons. Adding the dragons to Pledge Manager? I don't think so. But the new dragon line will be designed, by the way. So that's something to wait for with the new campaign. So in January or February, depending on when we're gonna be shipping the this one. Thank you again, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye.